Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that so many of us have struggled with: dieting. You start a new diet with all the motivation in the world. You're excited, you're committed, and you're ready to see results. You clear out your pantry, buy all the right foods, and for a week or two, everything feels great. But then, life happens. A birthday party, a stressful day at work, or just a powerful craving hits, and suddenly, you're back at square one, feeling frustrated and defeated. If this sounds familiar, you are definitely not alone. It's a cycle that millions of people experience every single day. The truth is, most diets are designed to fail. It's a bold statement, I know, but think about it. The diet industry is a multi-billion-dollar business that thrives on repeat customers. They often promote quick fixes and dramatic transformations. But these approaches are almost always built on a foundation of extreme restriction, unrealistic rules, and a one-size-fits-all mentality. This setup completely ignores the complexities of human biology, psychology, and our individual lifestyles. We're told to cut out entire food groups, count every single calorie, and ignore our body's natural hunger cues. It's an approach that sets us up for a battle against our own bodies, a battle we're almost destined to lose. So, what's the alternative? How do we break free from this frustrating cycle and find something that actually works for the long haul? The key lies in shifting our focus from temporary, restrictive diets to building sustainable, healthy habits. It's about understanding our bodies, respecting our individual needs, and making small, manageable changes that add up over time. In this video, we're going to break down the 5 main reasons why most diets fail, and, more importantly, explore the evidence-based strategies that can lead to lasting health and wellness. We're moving beyond the quick fixes and getting to the heart of what truly matters. Let's get into it. All right. Let's tackle the biggest culprit first. Restrictive diets. This is the cornerstone of so many popular diet plans. You're given a long list of bad foods you absolutely cannot eat. No carbs, no sugar, no fat, no fun, right? The rules are rigid, and the forbidden list is often extensive. Initially, this might seem empowering. Having clear rules can make it feel like you're in control, and you might even see some quick results on the scale, which is incredibly motivating. But this is where the trap is set. Our bodies are incredibly smart. When we drastically cut calories or eliminate entire food groups, our biology kicks into high gear to protect us. Your metabolism can slow down to conserve energy because it perceives this restriction as a famine. Your brain, which runs primarily on glucose, starts sending out powerful signals, creating intense cravings for the very foods you're trying to avoid. This isn't a lack of willpower. It's a physiological survival mechanism. You're literally fighting against millions of years of evolution. Think about it from a psychological perspective, too. When you tell yourself you can't have something, what happens? You want it more. This is a well-known psychological phenomenon called the scarcity mindset or reactant theory. That piece of chocolate you could normally take or leave suddenly becomes the most desirable object in the universe simply because it's off limits. This creates a constant mental battle, draining your energy and willpower. This constant mental struggle is exhausting. Every meal becomes a source of anxiety. Am I allowed to eat this? How many calories does it have? Did I just ruin my entire day's progress? This isn't a sustainable way to live. Food is meant to be enjoyed. It's a source of nourishment, culture, and social connection. Turning it into a source of constant stress and guilt is a recipe for failure. You can only maintain that level of hypervigilance for so long. Eventually, the dam breaks. You have a cheat meal or a cheat day, which often turns into a full-blown binge because you've been depriving yourself for so long. This is the all-or-nothing thinking that restrictive diets promote. You're either on the diet or off the diet. This binge then leads to intense feelings of guilt and shame, which can make you feel like a complete failure. What do most people do after this experience? They decide the solution is to be even more restrictive next time. I'll start again on Monday, and this time, I'll be perfect. This just tightens the screws of the cycle, leading to an even more intense rebound. It's a vicious loop of restriction, craving, binging, and guilt. It erodes your relationship with food and your own body. The unsustainability of this approach is its fatal flaw. Life is not a controlled laboratory. There will always be holidays, vacations, stressful days, and social gatherings. A diet plan that can't accommodate the realities of a normal, flexible human life is doomed from the start. You're not failing the diet. The diet is failing you by being fundamentally incompatible with real life. This is why we see such high rates of weight regain after people stop these diets. They haven't learned how to eat in a balanced, moderate way. They've only learned how to follow a strict set of rules. Once those rules are gone, they often revert back to their old habits, sometimes with even more intensity due to the period of deprivation they just endured. So, the first major step towards success is to reject the idea of extreme restriction. It's not about what you need to cut out, but what you can add in. Think about adding more vegetables, more lean protein, more whole grains, and more water. This addition mindset is far more positive and sustainable than a mindset built on deprivation and restriction. It fosters a healthy relationship with food, which is the true foundation of long-term health. Now let's talk about something that's often overlooked in the conversation about diets: the immense psychological toll. Dieting isn't just a physical challenge, it's a significant mental and emotional one. The constant pressure to be perfect, to hit a certain number on the scale, and to adhere to rigid rules can create a massive amount of stress and anxiety, which ironically can sabotage your efforts. When you're under stress, your body releases a hormone called cortisol. While cortisol is useful in short-term fight or flight situations, chronically elevated levels, like the kind you might experience from the constant stress of a restrictive diet, can have negative effects. High cortisol can increase your appetite, particularly for high-fat, high-sugar comfort foods. It can also cause your body to store more fat, especially around the abdominal area. So, the very stress of dieting can make it harder to lose weight. Furthermore, dieting culture often ties our self-worth directly to the number on the scale or the size of our jeans. Your mood for the entire day can be dictated by whether the scale went up or down by half a pound. This is an incredibly unhealthy way to measure your value as a person. It reduces all of your wonderful, complex qualities, your kindness, your intelligence, your humor, to a single, fluctuating number. This can be devastating for self-esteem. This pressure also fosters a negative body image. You start to see your body as a project that needs to be fixed, rather than a home that needs to be cared for. You become hypercritical of every perceived flaw. This constant self-scrutiny is mentally exhausting and can lead to disordered eating patterns and a deeply unhealthy relationship with your own reflection. You're not just at war with food, you're at war with yourself. Think about the mental energy that goes into it. The constant calorie counting, the meal planning, the worrying about social situations. This cognitive load takes up valuable brain space that could be used for your work, your hobbies, your relationships. It can lead to decision fatigue, where you become so tired of making food-related choices that you end up making impulsive, less healthy ones, just to get a break from the mental gymnastics. This psychological burden often leads to what's known as diet burnout. You simply become too emotionally and mentally exhausted to continue. It's not a failure of willpower. It's a natural response to being in a prolonged state of high-stress vigilance. Your mind and body are signaling that they need a break from the pressure. This is often when people fall off the wagon, not because they are weak, but because the psychological cost has become too high. Moreover, the cycle of dieting can create a sense of learned helplessness. After failing at multiple diets, you might start to believe that you are incapable of ever achieving your health goals. This belief becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. You lose faith in your own ability to make positive changes, which makes it that much harder to start and stick with a healthier, more balanced approach in the future. The social aspect is also incredibly stressful. You have to navigate parties, family dinners, and restaurants, often feeling like the odd one out. You might have to explain your dietary choices over and over, field unsolicited advice, or resist pressure from well-meaning friends and family. This social friction adds another layer of stress and can make you feel isolated. To truly succeed, we have to decouple our self-worth from our weight and our adherence to a diet. Success shouldn't be measured by the scale alone. It should be measured by how you feel. Do you have more energy? Are you sleeping better? Is your mood improving? Are you enjoying your food without guilt? Focusing on these non-scale victories can create a positive feedback loop that is far more motivating and psychologically healthy than chasing a number. Another fundamental reason diets fail is their inherent lack of personalization. Most popular diet plans are marketed as a universal solution, a magic bullet that will work for everyone, regardless of their unique circumstances. They hand you a pre-made meal plan or a rigid set of rules and expect you to fit your life into their box. But we are not all the same, and this cookie-cutter approach is a major design flaw. Let's start with the basics. Genetics. Our genetic makeup plays a significant role in how our bodies process food, store fat, and respond to different types of nutrients. Some people may thrive on a higher carb diet, while others might feel better with more protein and fat. A diet that works wonders for your friend might be completely ineffective, or even detrimental, for you because your bodies are wired differently. Ignoring this genetic individuality is like trying to run software on incompatible hardware. Then there's our lifestyle. Are you a nurse working 12-hour night shifts? A construction worker with high physical demands? A student juggling classes and a part-time job? Or maybe a stay-at-home parent? A diet plan that requires you to cook 3 complex meals from scratch every day is simply not realistic for someone with a demanding, unpredictable schedule. Your eating patterns need to fit your life, not the other way around. Our personal preferences and cultural backgrounds are also critically important. Food is deeply intertwined with our culture, our family traditions, and our simple pleasures. A diet that forbids the foods you grew up with or the dishes you love to share with your family is not only difficult to stick to, but can also make you feel disconnected from your heritage and social life. A sustainable plan must include and celebrate the foods that are meaningful to you. Let's not forget about our medical history and current health status. Do you have a thyroid condition, PCOS, insulin resistance, or a food allergy? These are critical factors that must be taken into account when designing a nutritional plan. A generic diet found in a magazine or on the internet doesn't know your medical history and could potentially be harmful. Personalized nutrition is not just about effectiveness, it's about safety. The economic factor is also huge. Many trendy diets require expensive, specialty ingredients, organic-only produce, or prepackaged meals that are simply not affordable for a large portion of the population. Financial stress is a major barrier to adherence. A successful plan has to be one that you can afford to maintain week after week without adding financial strain to your life. Think about your activity level as well. An athlete in training has vastly different caloric and macronutrient needs than someone with a sedentary desk job. A one-size-fits-all diet fails to account for this huge variation in energy expenditure. Following a low-calorie plan designed for a less active person could leave an active individual feeling weak, fatigued, and unable to perform. Even our gut microbiome, the unique collection of bacteria in our digestive system, plays a role. Research is increasingly showing that the composition of our gut bacteria can influence how we digest food, our appetite, and even our weight. These microbiomes are as unique as our fingerprints, further highlighting the need for a personalized approach to nutrition. Ultimately, the failure to personalize is a failure to respect the individual. It treats people like machines that should all respond to the same input in the same way. The most successful approach is one that is tailored to you. It considers your genetics, your lifestyle, your budget, your health status, and your personal preferences. It's a collaborative process, not a dictatorship. This is why working with a professional, like a registered dietitian, can be so valuable. They can help you create a plan that is truly yours. Let's be honest about the promises of the diet industry. We're constantly bombarded with images of dramatic, lightning-fast transformations. Lose 30 pounds in 30 days. Get a beach body in 2 weeks. These messages create wildly unrealistic expectations about what is healthy, achievable, and sustainable. This setup for disappointment is another major reason why people give up on their health journeys. When you start a diet with the expectation of rapid, linear weight loss, you're setting yourself up for frustration. The reality is that weight loss is not a straight line down. It fluctuates. You'll have weeks where you lose a few pounds, weeks where you lose nothing, and even weeks where you might gain a little. This is completely normal and is due to factors like water retention, hormonal shifts, and muscle gain if you're exercising. If your expectation is to see the number on the scale drop every single day, these normal fluctuations will feel like failures. You'll think, I've been so good all week, why didn't I lose weight? This can be incredibly demotivating and can lead you to abandon your efforts altogether, believing that what you're doing isn't working, even when it is. These unrealistic expectations also apply to the process itself. Diet ads make it look easy. Just drink this shake, take this pill, or eat these pre-packaged meals, and the weight will melt off. They don't show the hard work, the discipline, the planning, and the occasional setbacks that are a part of any meaningful lifestyle change. When reality hits and you realize it requires effort, it can feel like you were sold a false bill of goods. Furthermore, the focus is almost always exclusively on weight loss, rather than overall health improvement. People expect to not only lose weight, but to also feel amazing and full of energy from day one. In reality, when you're changing your eating habits and your body is adjusting, you might initially feel tired, irritable, or have cravings. If you're not prepared for this adjustment period, you might mistake these temporary feelings as a sign that the plan is wrong for you. The after pictures are another part of the problem. They often show just one aspect of a person's life, their physical appearance. They don't show whether that person is happy, whether they have a healthy relationship with food, or whether the methods they use to achieve that look are even remotely sustainable. Chasing an idealized image without understanding the full context is a recipe for disappointment. A healthy and sustainable rate of weight loss is generally considered to be about 1 to 2 pounds per week. While that might not sound as exciting as 10 pounds in a week, it's a pace that is much more likely to result in actual fat loss, not just water weight, and is far more manageable for the long term. It allows you to build habits without feeling completely deprived. Setting realistic goals is about more than just the number on the scale. It's about setting process-oriented goals. For example, instead of I want to lose 20 pounds, a more helpful set of goals would be, I will go for a 30-minute walk 4 times this week, I will include a vegetable with every dinner, or I will drink 8 glasses of water a day. These are actions you can control. When you achieve these small, actionable goals, you build momentum and self-efficacy. You start to see yourself as someone who follows through, which is incredibly empowering. This creates a positive feedback loop that keeps you motivated, regardless of what the scale says on any given day. Shifting your focus from the outcome, weight loss, to the process, healthy habits, is a game changer for long-term success and mental well-being. So, we've broken down why most diets fail. They're too restrictive, psychologically damaging, not personalized, and set unrealistic expectations. The big question is, what actually works? The answer isn't a sexy new diet or a magic pill. It's something far more powerful and enduring, making small, sustainable lifestyle changes. This is the approach that leads to lasting health. Instead of a complete overhaul overnight, focus on making 1 or 2 small changes at a time. This is the principle of habit formation. Maybe you start by simply switching from soda to sparkling water. Once that feels like second nature, you can focus on adding a side salad to your lunch every day. Then, You might work on going to bed 30 minutes earlier. Each small change is a building block. This approach is less intimidating and far more manageable. When you try to change everything at once, you're likely to feel overwhelmed and give up. But when you focus on one small thing, you can dedicate your energy to mastering it. Each small win builds confidence and momentum, making it easier to tackle the next change. It's about progress, not perfection. A key part of a healthy lifestyle is mindful eating. This means paying attention to your food and your body's signals. Before you eat, ask yourself, am I truly hungry, or am I bored, stressed, or tired? While you eat, slow down. Savor the flavors and textures. Put your fork down between bites. This practice helps you recognize your body's natural hunger and fullness cues, preventing overeating and fostering a more positive relationship with food. Incorporate movement that you actually enjoy. If you hate running on a treadmill, don't force yourself to do it. The best exercise is the one you'll do consistently. Maybe that's dancing in your living room, hiking in the woods, joining a recreational sports league, playing with your kids at the park, or taking up rock climbing. When you find joy in movement, it stops being a chore and becomes a rewarding part of your life. Prioritize sleep. This is one of the most underrated components of health and weight management. Poor sleep messes with your hunger hormones, ghrelin and leptin, making you feel hungrier and less satisfied after eating. It also impairs judgment and impulse control, making it harder to resist unhealthy cravings. Aiming for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night can have a profound impact on your overall health. Manage your stress. As we discussed, chronic stress and high cortisol levels can work directly against your health goals. Find healthy coping mechanisms that work for you. This could be meditation, deep breathing exercises, journaling, spending time in nature, talking to a friend, or engaging in a hobby. Proactively managing your stress is a crucial piece of the wellness puzzle. Focus on addition, not subtraction. Instead of dwelling on what you can't have, think about what you can add to your diet to make it healthier. How can you add more fiber from vegetables and whole grains? How can you add more lean protein to keep you full? How can you add more healthy fats from sources like avocados and nuts? This positive framing makes healthy eating feel abundant and enjoyable, not restrictive. Finally, practice self-compassion. There will be days when you eat a piece of cake or skip a workout. That's okay. You're human. The key is to not let one less than perfect choice derail your entire journey. Instead of beating yourself up, acknowledge it and then get right back on track with your next meal or your next workout. A healthy lifestyle is a long-term journey with ups and downs, not a short-term sprint to a finish line. So, as we've seen, the path to better health isn't found in a restrictive, one-size-fits-all diet. It's not about quick fixes or chasing an unrealistic ideal. True, lasting success comes from letting go of that diet mentality altogether. It's about shifting your mindset towards long-term wellness and building a lifestyle that nourishes your body and mind. It's about embracing progress over perfection and celebrating the small, consistent steps you take every single day. This journey is yours and yours alone, and it should be built on a foundation of self-care, not self-punishment. I want to encourage you to focus on how you feel, not just what the scale says. Celebrate the new energy you have to play with your kids, the mental clarity you gain from a good night's sleep, and the simple joy of eating a delicious, nourishing meal without a side of guilt. These are the true markers of success. Building a healthy relationship with food and your body is one of the most valuable investments you can ever make in your long-term happiness and well-being. It's a marathon, not a sprint, and every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. Finally, and this is incredibly important, remember that this information is for educational purposes and is not a substitute for professional medical advice. We are all unique, and what works for one person may not be right for another. If you're looking to make significant changes to your diet and lifestyle, especially if you have underlying health conditions, please consult with a healthcare professional, like your doctor or a registered dietitian. They can help you create a personalized, safe, and effective plan that is tailored specifically to your needs. Thank you so much for watching. Stay healthy, be kind to yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.